Mr. Speaker, it is just the truth of the matter that Nigeria currently is bleeding. Whether we like it or not, it's nothing political, it's the current situation. It's the current situation, Mr. Speaker. We must rise to the challenges. And these people, the new service chiefs, we have never interacted with them. We don't know even what they are doing. And they are not briefing us what they are doing. Mr. Speaker, it is the agenda of this House to call the service chiefs. What are you doing? That the territory of Nigeria is falling under the terrorists. Terrorists are taking control of the territory. And the army, the entire armed forces, their fundamental role is to safeguard Nigerian territory. And the territory has been taken over by terrorists. Mr. Speaker, the first week of May, Boro, where I was born, bandits invaded my hometown, killed one person, abduct 10 women and children. Mr. Speaker, only 5 days, bandits invaded people in Rima town, abduct 24 people, killed one innocent and Haji Hassan Mekanta. Where are we going? As a nation, where are we heading to? Mr. Speaker, it is our agenda. Please, let us invite these people, the service chief. Let them come and tell us, what are they doing? Because our people are looking as if we are not doing our job. To hold them accountable of what they are doing. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, please, this matter, we shall give it all necessary attention. That Nigeria needs us, Nigerians need us more than ever. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
First and foremost, I want to say that may God bless the distinguished senator. But did you guys notice the facial countenance of some of his colleagues? While the man was busy talking, they were scratching their beard. Right? That is by the way. Now, I want you guys to know that this man is someone that has the capacity to sponsor his family and also to sponsor himself to Europe anytime he wants to. Right? He has that capacity to leave the country at any time, to relocate at any time. Right? But the man chose to speak about the insecurity that is languishing this nation because he's a citizen of this nation. And still, there are some of you out there, you don't even have a security guard, you don't even have a bouncer guarding you, and still you are keeping quiet. And this is somebody that has security 24/7 guiding him. And look at the zeal at which he's speaking about the insecurity that is languishing this nation. So please and please, if you are out there, I want you guys to lend your voice to this movement so that our leaders can be forced to do something about it. If we continue to keep quiet, they will think that everything is okay and they will think that everything is well. And because of that, they will only focus about the upcoming presidential election. Like, so please and please do your best to speak about this issue of insecurity irrespective where you are in this country. And secondly, the young man that you are seeing on my screen was apprehended by Ondo State security operative few hours ago. Mind you, few days ago I posted a video about this same young man where he went to steal car battery that belonged to someone else and he sold it for 10,000. And during the process, the guy was arrested and he was detained by those state security operatives. Right? But the mom later went to bail him from the police cell. And then just few days after he came out, this guy went back to the same crime that landed him in prison again. Just imagine.
Miracle. See your third name. Joseph. Where you for come? Who say for you find them? All these in road we carry so na your own. Who get them?
Now whether we be our house get them.
Whether we do our house. Big guy is look up. This tire so wait for carry all this road. She go buy road for there.
We buy road only this one they get this one and we get this one. So now the weather get.
Question they ask you where for carry this thing. You tell me say we buy road for this. Why they change math?
I no see we buy road because no be na outside the thing dey.
Now the weather story there, Abi? The weather story there. The weather give you?
No.
So you don't say all these things so now people buy them, give them make it help them work.
Yes.
Eh?
Yes, sir.
So why you go thief in the night?
Nah,
Why you go thief for there for night? What you push you go there?
nah, they will work.
And never work. The battery where you fẹ́ carry na your own?
No, nah, my brother will.
Eh?
No,
So why you fẹ́ carry the battery?
my mistake. I'm not doing it.
A mistake. You go do am o. When you take carry all this road, which time?
It already almost 5 days work carry, but now today I cause say based on the things that they did, man, now cause say my carry.
Okay, you know how you go to return and go back again, how you go to go sell am, Then you come say me go sell and sell the money. Now hope you see hope you see patrol thing come with you for night. By what time you see hope you see patrol thing take catch you?
6 o'clock
6 o'clock. With waiting.
with only these things.
Name them now
With this tire
and the road.
on the road.
As they see you want to turn your bike, have you?
No.
Now let get use.
I stop back. I want to enter back or say 800. So I price 300. So because you know the car, you not take content for the back.
Hey, come down for the bike. No problem. From here, they carry the go station. So as you say yes, you don't want to come on for thief. The next that day I tell you say you hey raise your head up. That day I tell you say you do me go behind there, no be so. So and this thing where you go thief again, I make up PC patrol thing where you dey follow you that day because of battery abi. So the battery not never see am.
They look up.
Who come pay you that day? The mother come pay for station abi. Voila. This one so you know come back again. As you be say yes, you no wan come on for thief. So now this one make OPC patrol thing arrest you abi. So from here now they carry the go to weather place. We for carry the tire and the rod.
They look up.
So that made them see what you thief for in store. You hear me so?
Now, first and foremost, I want to say that kudos to the Ondo State security operative. The only painful part of all this whole thing is the fact that it is the mother that I pity, because she's the one that is being, disgraced by the action of this son. Just imagine, barely a month that this guy came out of prison, he went back to crime again. And there's a high tendency that this time, they are going to lock him up for a long time. So priest and priest, I have said this thing over and over again. If you are youth out there, the best thing that you can ever do for yourself, avoid anything that will take you to prison. Avoid anything that will put you on the wrong side of the law, because at the end of the day, it is only you and you alone that is going to face the disgrace and the burden that comes out of all this whole issue. And secondly, I have been saying it over and over again, if you are the type of person that always take bus to work almost every time, be very, very careful with the kind of bus that you enter, right? The girl was almost kidnapped, I think on her way to work a few days ago, but she was lucky to escape.
Please, before you scroll, I need you to listen to what I have to say. And please share this video to get to more people. Nigeria is not safe. It's not the news that Nigeria is not safe. Benin City is not safe. This isn't even a news either. The girl said that she entered into a minibus from Oluku. She was going to Ring Road. Before she entered the bus, she saw that 2 abokis were at the back. One was sitting at the left-hand side of the window. The other was sitting at the right-hand side, and they left the middle open. Take note, they left the middle open. She said, at first she didn't really think about it, but she felt they were too dirty and she does not want to sit in their middle. So she now wanted to sit in the second row in front. A woman was sitting at the other side of the window, and the conductor now asked her to enter inside the back and sit down. She told the conductor that you the one that will tell me where to sit. I want to sit down here. So she sat in the middle of the second row. The driver was in front, then with the conductor. He said the conductor was hanging. So basically, she was still in the middle of both the woman and the conductor. But the door is open now when they are hanging, so she felt a bit safe. So she said when they were going, she realized that these people are no longer picking passengers. She asked them, you people don't want to carry passenger? They did not answer. At that moment, the girl knew that something is off. They keep going, they keep going. She was going to Ring Road, and then all of a sudden, when they got to the road going to Plymouth, they enter into the Plymouth, and she was like, I am going to Ring Road. Why are you taking Plymouth? This is not where I'm going. Please, people should drop me down. That woman that was sitting by the side of the window in that second direction, the woman said, madam, just hold on now. They will pass through Plymouth and go to Ring Road. She said, no, this is not where she said she wanted to pass. They should drop her down. So as she was trying to, like, you people should drop me down, the conductor who was hanging was not trying to push her inside. She said he was not trying to lock the door. So he wanted to sit close to her and lock the door. She said she started pushing the conductor. As she was pushing the conductor, the woman was dragging her close so that the conductor will have chance to enter inside so that they can lock the door. Then those two abokis that were at the back just started bringing cellophane out, and they were making some incantations, and they were trying to hold her. Oh God Almighty. They were trying to hold her. So she said she used her elbow to hit the woman. She was able to push the conductor, and she jumped out of the vehicle.
So I want to say that if you are in Benin City, Ondo State this period, you have to be very, very careful, irrespective where you are in Nigeria, Delta State, Lagos State, Abuja, anywhere you are in Nigeria, most especially in the northern part of this nation, you really have to be very, very careful, because it seems as if these kidnappers, they are everywhere now. It seems as if they have surrounded this whole nation, right? And just a few hours ago, some bandit informants were apprehended in Ondo State. And what surprises me most is the fact that majority of them were women, right? And I've said it over and over again. These kidnappers, they work based on information. I have been saying this thing for a long, long time now. But thank God that those ones has been apprehended by security operative. And I want to say that kudos to the Ondo State security operatives for a job well done. And I also want to say that this issue of paying ransom to kidnappers should be discouraged. I have said this thing over and over again because it will encourage most of them to continue with this line of business, which of course is a crime in this country, right? Because they are making a lot of money out of it. And just a few hours ago, I came across a video in which one of the bandits was boasting that most of the ransom they are paying them, they are using it to procure arms so as to be able to carry out more kidnapping activities. Just imagine. In other words, this guy was saying that the more they are paid, the more they buy more arms to carry out kidnapping. That is what it is. So this issue of paying, ransom to kidnappers should be discouraged, because it's not going to solve this problem of insecurity that Nigeria is facing. Right? So please and please be safe out there, irrespective of where you are. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you have not done so. And don't forget to join my Telegram channel. The link is in the comment box, because I do post videos there on daily basis that I cannot post there on YouTube due to their strict policy. I'll see you guys in my next video.